Hello, this is Tony. I'm the CEO of SysKit, and I'm going to be your host for today. Thank you for joining us for the event Learn All Things Microsoft Teams. We will be using Microsoft Teams as a platform today for demonstrating and presenting everything about Microsoft Teams. So I hope everything will go okay from the technical side. Our team is standing by, so in case you have any technical difficulties, please join us in the QA section of Microsoft Teams to ask any questions. You can also use the QA section for any questions you might have for the presenter, and then we are going to read those questions either during the presentation or at the very end of the presentation. So let's start these things. I'm going to start with sharing my screen. So just give me a second here to share the screen from my live event, and we can start off with the presentation. So the topic for my short intro into this is to give you a quick overview of how companies can use Microsoft Teams to be successful in this new situation that's upon us, where a lot of people are working from home and trying to understand how to use technologies they have at hand or in the company to better manage the remote workers and to enable them to collaborate with their teams and to produce work they have to do every day while working from home or from some other location. We are from SysKit, and we are the organizers of this event. SysKit has been working in Microsoft ecospace for more than 10 years. We specialize in producing inventory, security, monitoring tools for SharePoint infrastructure, for Office 365, and all the products that are connected to Microsoft Teams and SharePoint to allow system administrators, governance managers, IT professionals within the companies to better manage their infrastructure and to organize the system in a way for every single employee in those companies to be more productive and to be more efficient in the jobs they're doing. We work with companies large and small all across the globe and helping them to do all those things regarding all these systems that are connected with Office 365. We recently, just a month ago, all over the globe, we started working from home. And the chart you're seeing is from Google Trends, and it indicates the number of searches that happened in last year regarding work from home and Microsoft Teams. And as you can see, there has been a huge spike since March of this year, where people were looking and Googling to find out more information on working from home. And then we followed that with people that were looking to find more information regarding Microsoft Teams and technologies that enable us to work from home. Luckily, we haven't flattened this curve, so we are still looking into how to be more efficient with Microsoft Teams and how to work better with those technologies that we have. Research has shown that 16 million of knowledge workers just in the United States started working from home in March, and it is expected that this number is going to be even bigger in April, and that many more customers or people will be using technologies to work from home and to collaborate with their organizations. Microsoft has found out that the number of meeting minutes using Microsoft Teams, for example, has more than doubled since the beginning of March. So they started at 560 million minutes per day, and they had a staggering 2.7 billion minutes on the very end of March 31st. So the number of meetings using these technologies has increased on an unimaginable scale, because people are now working from home and they're trying to be more productive with their colleagues and the meetings they're conducting. The other part of the survey that Microsoft conducted also shown that there is a number of meetings happening within Office 365 using Exchange and Microsoft Teams technologies. And a lot of these meetings today include audio and video components, and people all across the globe in different countries are using these technologies to be more productive and to collaborate with each other. So a lot of people are trying to use using not just Teams, but also the components that give you audio and video to be more productive and to have these meetings to be more successful. Gartner has also concluded that there will be a number of companies, a huge number of companies, that are going to continue to allow working from home as a new concept, where they are not going to return to full work from the office in the near future. And depending on the company, a significant or a number of people are going to remain working from home because they can be more productive, especially if they need to commute to work, and this is a long commute. So people will look into these technologies in the future, and many companies will choose to stay in some sort of hybrid approach where a lot of people or a rate significant parts of people will continue working from home in the future. Microsoft has identified also that there are other many changes that are happening within the system that they are using, or Microsoft Teams that we are all using, because there's people using video and people are embracing new systems and trying to change how they work. For example, Microsoft found out that there's people are now working for longer hours because they are splitting their time in the middle of the day to do lunch or take care about their kids and stuff like that. So these technologies allow us to be more flexible because now we can adjust the working schedule. We don't need to commute to the work, and these are the things that help us to be more productive in a way in the new situation that we are right now. These changes impacted many industries, and Microsoft telemetry also showed that there's a significant decrease of people using Teams over mobile phones. This could be students or somebody who is using the technology from their school to learn and to distribute content using Microsoft Teams to pupils from the school. There are many challenges when we work from home. And there's definitely a productivity hit for new employees, for people that never worked from home, and this can definitely be a challenge for them. The surveys show that in the first month, this can be the most challenging thing, and many people will struggle for the first month. Luckily, we are over the first month of many countries working from home, so I would say that we are slowly entering second and third month of working from home. So I believe that a lot of people are going to be much more easier to adapt not right now. There's a lot of challenges. People are missing the sense of belonging and connectedness to their team. And this is where collaboration tools can be part of the solution. In this event, we are going to talk primarily about Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365, but there are also other technologies that allow us to do the same things. So in your company, you might be using a mixture. For this particular event, we're going to focus on Microsoft technologies, but there are also others that can do similar stuff as Microsoft Teams can do. There are many challenges, as I already said, and there are some tips that can help you and your companies to be more successful with remote work. So one should definitely communicate openly and often. So inform your team what's going on, what is the progress, what's happening with the company, what's happening with the team and projects that you are doing. You need to trust your employees and give them tasks that they can fulfill. And also, we are missing human touch right now with our colleagues, but we can definitely create our tasks and goals we need to achieve, and then we can track them to ensure that we are staying productive and delivering what needs to be delivered for the company. We also need to look into enabling more technologies or using technology to be more productive in the means using things like Microsoft Teams or other technology vendors to be more productive and to deliver more of what is being asked from us. Sometimes it's very hard to pay attention to remote meetings because there are so many distractions on your computer, from Facebook to other things. So try to keep meetings short, try to record them so people that were not concentrated or had to do something else in the house can later record this meeting, and you can use that to grab information when you want. This event is also going to be recorded, and we are going to provide you all the recordings. So if you have to do something else right now, please feel free to do it, because you will be able to see the recording of the event later on. There are some also challenges regarding time zones and scheduling, so people need to be aware when we are scheduling a meeting like this one for people all around the globe. We need to make sure that we have chosen a time slot that can accommodate everybody around the world. And as I said before, it can be challenging for people to organize themselves, and but it can also give you a lot of flexibility. You can organize your private stuff, and you can be more productive to find ways to organize your life around remote work from home, where you can squeeze some of those things that you always wanted in the middle of the day. To conduct effective meetings using these technologies, the first question is, do we really need a meeting? Sometimes an email or a simple message can solve some problems. But if you need one, make sure that it starts and ends on time. Make sure that you record it so everybody else can use the technology, and be open with the communication so that everybody understands if they need to provide feedback. If you're asking a question, wait for others to join in and see what is going on. Decide ahead what technologies will be used, or what channels will be open. So are you going to chat? Are you going to talk to your colleagues? Will there be a video? Are you going to mute or unmute yourself? So depending on the audience in the meeting, make sure that you have these decisions ahead of time, and make sure that you ask all the participants to give you feedback, and to ask questions and answer the questions. There are new teammates in your team. I'm sure that many of you have experienced this. So many of us are working from home, and there's also children in the house, children, either small children or children of school age that need help with their homework and stuff like that. So this can be a little bit of challenge, but I think many of us have got used to it. And just make sure that you are flexible enough that you arrange your meetings around the needs of your children. So that, for example, my daughter, she does homeschool early in the morning, so I try to avoid any meetings during that time so I can help her with her homework and stuff like that. So make sure that you have good schedule that matches both needs of your children and what you need to do for your job. When it comes to Microsoft Teams, there are many different benefits. So Microsoft Teams is the central hub for teamwork in Microsoft 365. It offers our chat, meeting, calling, and collaboration components. So you can easily use them within your team to do all these stuff together. And this is one of the key things in Microsoft Teams, because everything is in a single place. So you can easily jump from chat to meeting to call to collaboration on documents. And there are many different scenarios when you can use Microsoft Teams. You can use them for businesses, schools, universities, events, in the government settings. So it just goes all across the place, and every single entity can benefit from these. Many organizations can benefit from a free edition of Microsoft Teams, because it offers a lot of features that can be used. And this has been especially used in schools all around the globe. Many countries have chosen Microsoft Teams as their primary platform for collaboration with students and teachers within a particular country. Other benefits, as we already said, you can easily record meetings. Everything will be published to Steam, and then your employees can watch it later and see what has happened within that meeting. We can also control privacy and security, so you can easily invite or disallow people to join in from other companies. So you can invite external guests to join the meeting and to discuss what is happening, and join and collaborate with your team. You can also control these external users with various different settings that are available from Azure AD. You can configure conditional access for people that should not connect for some particular location or some particular device that you don't want to allow. So you have a lot of tools available at your disposal, and you can easily configure these to work best for your things. There's a lot of news coming into Microsoft Teams. So if you're using Microsoft Teams right now, one of the key asks was to enable more participants to be visible on your screen. And late this month or early next month, we are going to see 9 people in the same meeting. So that's coming up to Microsoft Teams. There will be a feature called Raise Hand, where you will be able to notify that you want to ask a question. You will have a better control over meetings and external participants. You will be able to end the meeting, which is very important for school settings and the people in a setting where you need to have one person who is in charge of a meeting, say a professor who is leading the class or things like that. And for events like this one, you will have a participant report showing you who was active and who attended school or a live event that you have hosted. And there will be a lot of features powered by artificial intelligence, where you will be able to reduce the noise around you, noises. So say somebody rings at my doorbell right now, that would not be good for this event. But in the future, Microsoft Teams are going to automatically remove that noise from the event, so your colleagues or people participating in a live event will not hear that. So uh, we are approaching a situation where we want to work from home, but we are very lucky that this thing has happened in the year 2020 compared to, I don't know, 10 or 20 years ago, where we didn't have all these nice technologies. Right now we do, and we are happy that many knowledge workers can continue working from home while this pandemic is still going on, so we can stay at home and protect the others that might not be so lucky as us to be able to use Microsoft Teams and all these nice technologies.